Yo, welcome to the channel everyone. Mike Hill, the Wholesaling Titan here. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I'm making offers. Now, one thing I recommend if you've watched any of my videos before, or as my students know, is that you should be making offers daily. I don't think you need to go for some huge number because as you probably know, it's more so in the follow-up and the habits that you create. It's far more important than just the number. So what I am going to show you is I recommend that you make about 10 offers a day. Now that's not, a phone call. If you call and talk to someone about a lead or property, that's great, but I consider that an inquiry. An offer means you're sending a written contract, right? So the way that I do it, and this is just my take, this is how I run it in my business. I say there are two ways that you can get leads primarily. One is your paid marketing, right? And this is where you're going after stuff you've probably heard about. You're sending direct mail to stuff like evictions, divorces, probate, stuff like that. You're spending some money on your marketing to send that mail out. Same thing with bandit signs. Anything you spend money on, that's your paid marketing. Now, for me, what I found typically is that I get less of these deals done. I do less of them in terms of quantity, but they tend to be higher quality in terms of the profit margin. Now, the other thing, and those, by the way, mean that we're going primarily after distressed sellers. So these are people that are in distressed situations. Now, the other thing I catch a lot of flack for is that I go after properties that are physically distressed. So this is shit where I don't know, there are holes in the roof, there's Chinese drywall, there's mold, things falling apart, it's vacant, high grass, stuff like that. A lot of these can be REOs, they can be bank owned, a lot of them can be short sales, they're just abandoned, but a lot of them are on the MLS, right? And so in this video, you're gonna see the program that I use that makes this shit like super, super easy for me. Now, you don't have to do this. I have a video, I'll put it in the description, where you can do this on your own without a CRM. That's the customer relations management system that I'm using. You don't need that, especially if you're new. You can do it manually, but it will take a little bit more time. Like I always say, you're either going to spend some time or you're going to spend some money. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Oh, also what I was saying before about like the stuff you pay for doesn't come as often maybe, but typically larger profit spreads. This stuff, I tend to do a lot more of these deals, stuff listed on the MLS. Remember, I'm also in Florida. I'm in a very competitive market. There's a lot of demand. But this stuff, I tend to do a lot more of those deals in terms of quantity, but just the profit margins are a little bit smaller. So I actually prefer that spread. It's a nice balance and a nice mix for me, and it's something that's allowed me to be consistent to the point where I don't have to have that 9 to 5, right? So again, you might do, let's say 3 or 4 of these MLS or distressed property deals, 3 or 4, and they might make, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, something like that. Then you'll get a call from a distressed seller from your marketing. Boom, that one might be 9, 10, or 11. And then you'll do another 3, 3, 3, and then 9,000, and then boom, boom, boom. It tends to go like that. So check this out. If you want to take a look at the screen with me here, this is a program called Reafax. Now, this is something that is Florida exclusive. So if you're not in Florida, there are a lot of these things. I recommend this. You'll see why, because it's got so much good shit just like built in there that saves me a ton of time. I really, really do recommend this system. If not, what I was using before this was Freedom Soft. I was very, very pleased with that system. I think Reafax is a lot more beneficial for me. The only thing that Reafax does not include are those built-in websites. Something like Freedom Soft includes those, but they're cookie cutter sites. I think they're great for beginners. So if you hand someone your business card, they have a website to go to, you can build your buyers list, stuff like that. In terms of like long-term strategy for SEO and stuff like that, it's probably best to have your own website, maybe something that can be optimized a little bit better. But again, just throwing that out there. Also, I've spoken to other wholesalers, students who use Podio. I'm not familiar with it. I haven't used it, but I've heard very good things. There are also programs out there. One is RealFlow. Haven't used that either, but I do know it's a little bit cheaper. So feel free to look into these. Reafax, if you're in Florida, or even if you're outside of Florida, but you want to do deals in Florida, highly, highly recommended. I just signed up. I've got an affiliate number with them now, so I'll put that in the link if you want to join. If you use my affiliate, that'd be cool. It basically means that they have different tiers, different levels, so you can purchase, for example, one county. I'm not sure how much that costs. I use the professional plan, which means I have access to all counties in Florida, and the normal price is $229. With my discount code, which is 6609, you get it for $174 a month. And they throw me like 20% of the sale. So that's cool. Also, something else I was thinking of, but I forgot. There are a lot of things in this program that I won't even show in this video because we'll do it by topic. So maybe I'll come back and show some other stuff that's really, really cool. But for now, I just want to show you this is what I'm doing every day. So it's something where like it's just part of my routine. So, my direct mail stuff goes out, but then this is what I'm doing every day, just submitting those 10 and then making those follow-up phone calls that I talk about in some of my other videos, and I'll put the links to those as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this, right? So again, this is RealFacts professional version. And also just really quickly on the CRM tip, some people are like, do you need it? Are you just trying to sell it? Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, a CRM is something you don't need. If 200 bucks a month is a bit much for you right now, then don't get it. Again, I have the video where it shows you how you can do it manually, but eventually I do think it's something that you should get. The same way I get questioned like, do you need an LLC? Well, no, you don't need an LLC to do your first deal, but do I recommend getting it when you can? Absolutely, for various reasons. And so I use the example of like a restaurant. Like, let's say you're just running a restaurant and it's your first one. You can take orders by just paper and pen, and then have a cash drawer. You can run your business like that, fine. But if you want to grow and maybe franchise and open several, well, then it would be helpful for you to get some kind of POS system like a McDonald's, where basically like all the information stored in that touchscreen, that computer screen, and it tells you how much every meal costs, and the customization, everything's just there. And they'll do somewhat of your accounting and tracking and all that stuff for you. Just in the long term, it makes your business more profitable. Remember, same way, can you do deals with no money? Yes, you can do deals with no money. Should you run a business with no money? No. The idea is to do, if you don't have money, do those first couple of deals without it, and take that money, reinvest it back into your business. And then you got to spend some money in your business on marketing, on stuff like this. To grow and make yourself profitable. But in the beginning, you don't need it. So just throwing that out there. I know it's a question I get a lot. All right, so here's the first thing I'm going to do here. I'm going to go to my advanced search. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I actually get leads that come in that I have like an email set up that everything that fits my criteria comes into that box, and I can plug that stuff into this program. But this has also got some cool search features in here. And what I'm actually going to do, and I somewhat apologize, but somewhat makes sense. But basically, like this stuff, there are a couple things in here that kind of exclusive, so I'm just gonna kind of blur that out. But for my students, that'll be in the membership portal, and it'll be completely open, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And there are a couple like minor tweaks that I kind of want to keep a little bit exclusive. So students, you'll get that. Everyone else, you'll still be able to use this, but I'm not gonna give you my exact stuff. I think that's fair enough. All right, so check this out. For data, you can do public records, for sale, foreclosures for now. I'm going to do for sale. I shouldn't be saying this because it's the blocked out part, but okay, so the county I want to look at right now, I mean, the first couple criteria are like pretty freaking simple. So wherever you're just looking, if you want to look for probates, this program allows you to do that as well. I like to look at single family, foreclosure, any state, Florida, owner occupied. That's kind of a cool one. I'm going to leave that blank for now. And then you can actually save these. So actually, I think I have one saved. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so this is if you're my student, this is my actual criteria that I'm using. You can see like the bedrooms, the square footage, the potential equity, as well as the active equity. And those definitions are here. I'll pop that up on the screen. The listing price that I like to use. And then there's some other stuff in here that I'll do a separate kind of students only thing where you can, see some of the search criteria. But for now, let's just keep it right there. And then we just go to search. And I'm going to go to my advanced result. And one thing I like to do is pull this stuff up you can look at it by active equity or the potential equity. And again, you see what that means there. I like to do both. And again, this is, I don't know, it's not a perfect system, man. Like some of this data, same way if you buy from ListSource, the equity is not always going to be exact, but I mean, this is a game of volume, people, so let's just do that here. So what I do here, if you can see these green check marks, that's stuff that I already have an offer on. The red ones, that's something I do for myself just to let me know for some reason that's a no-go. Might have been sold, or might have been some other issue there. So anyway, the first thing I do is just click on this thing, and I just want to get the general idea. So if you've seen my videos, like RealFacts gives a pretty good value here. It's not spot on, but it's better than something like what do you call it, Zestimate. So here it's got basic information about the property. A couple things I like to look at. Look at the comps. Now there is something cool in here where you can filter it. You can check out by subdivision. which, you know, I definitely recommend it. Here is just one other property. I look if it's similar, just to get an idea of what this thing's really worth. So this is built in 49, subject property. This one's built in 51. That sounds about right. Market value, Reafax is giving it 295. Last sold at 205, sold price 270. Okay, good idea. Next thing I'm going to do is just remove that filter because I like to take a look at everything. So boom, we'll do that. I'll zoom in, I'll check by distance, just kind of see what these things are going for. So far, kind of looks like that Reafax value is, you know, pretty accurate. So next thing I'm going to do, additional links. This is something that's cool, that's in Reafax, that's not in a program like FreedomSoft, for example. I can click on the IDX, which basically is giving you MLS access, so that will pull that up. And also, I just can see the listing on Realtor.com. Sometimes it has pictures and stuff. This property didn't have it. Sometimes it does. So here, what I can see is, you know, the actual MLS listing, right? So a lot of times it will say if something's wrong with this thing, you know, if there are problems, if there's issues, anything like that. So here I can see why it's probably underpriced. Remember, we did the search for equity. It's because it's a short sale. The next thing I like is that it shows me the listing agent name here, listing agent's cell phone, and their email. And the cool thing is that when you're ready to place that offer, Reafax will actually pull that information for you, including the email. So you can just click a button and send the offer. You can, the way I have it set up, I've got all my contracts, and if you're a student, you'll get this. The contracts are pre-filled in with all of my terms, conditions, the pricing and everything. And you'll see how I do it in a minute. But when you click that offer button, basically it auto-fills the contract with all of that information, the offer price, how much you want to put down, your inspection period, you know, any additional terms, any addenda, anything like that. So it pulls all that stuff in, and then it emails it out to the contact because it pulls that email information. So if you can see, I mean, this shit is just super, super valuable. So again, something like this, the only thing I'm trying to decide at this point is basically, could there be a potential deal here? And look, the price is 200. I don't know. It looks like that's probably not an approved price, but if there's potential, I'm going to move on it. So that's it. Then all I do here is click and add it to my follow-up system. Buying, selling, prospecting. I'm going to click buying. All right. And then I'm going to go back to the results here and then just move to the next one. Okay, 5202. Click on it. I do the same deal. Okay, looks like it's worth about this much, this much. For sake of the video, I won't even jump into the Reafax comps, but I do want to look at what's going on in the notes. So I'll check the IDX. If you don't have MLS access, by the way, you can probably just search the property address, and a lot of these MLS notes will come up on somewhere like Zillow. So here we go. Investment property. Property needs repairs, needs new roof, ceiling replacement, bathroom, blah, blah, blah. Garage was converted, and it's a short sale. And this is Sarah. Cool. Something I definitely want to move on. So I'm going to go here. Bang. Buying. And then results. I'm just going to the next one. I already, you know, this is blanked out. By the way, if I'm going a little bit fast, guys, it's 1:58. My daughter gets out of school at 2:05. But I was going to wait. But then, you know, part of my thing, action. Let's say you were in a situation you could only get 2 off. Well, just get those damn 2 done and come back and do the rest later. But I also figured I'd just shoot the video because, you know, I want to show you like how fast this can be. You can take, once you break this thing down to a habit, you can do 10 offers a day in less than 30 minutes probably. And store ran out of my favorite kombucha, but I found a new flavor. Not bad. All right, so where are we at? 548. Okay, Deerfield Beach, it's actually an area I like. 33441. I know this Reafax value, 528, is inflated. It's probably because next to some, you know, some nice properties, but that looks a little bit high to me. So anyway, again, I just want to check out the additional links, kind of see what's going on with this thing. So beautifully updated, 3-bedroom ranch, blah, 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 granite counter, dishwasher. Like for me, that's not something I'm interested in, guys. Like I'm telling you, when you want, when you're getting stuff from the MLS, if it's got beautifully updated granite countertops and all that shit, it's probably, I mean, I could be wrong. And maybe it recently sold or something like that. It's probably retail property and it's probably not something. So for me, I'm going to skip something like that. So I'm going to go back to my results. Next thing here, 4190. And I like literally, I go through it that quickly. This is not the part where I'm doing any analysis or whatever. I'll show you in a minute, you know, how I do look at things when it's time to make the offer and how I make the offer and at what price. But for now, I'm just saying, Is there potential? That's it. Like one step at a time. Step one, step two, step three. All right, so 3 bedroom, 2 baths, needs repair, handyman special, great investment property. Absolutely, that's something I want. So what's that? 4190. I'm going to add it to the follow-up system. Bang, buying. That's simple. All right. Okay, back to result. And what was the last one? Sorry, it was 4190. Okay, so we're here 8601. By the way, I'm not a terrible dad. They get out at 2:05, and then the car line takes 10 minutes. So I got a little time. I got 5 minutes. All right. Same thing. I won't bore you. I'm not going to do the full 10 because that would be just a boring ass video. But let's just make this maybe the last one. So as is, single family property needs lots of repairs, cash buyers only, short sale. I mean, if that's not the perfect, thing, I don't even have to go through pictures, comps, none of that shit for right now. I just need to know, boom, that's a good deal right there, right? Okay, let's do one more. So 460. Bang. And remember, I'm searching just single family right now. Some of my buyers buy condos and stuff like that, but primarily we're looking for single family. Like I said, there are a lot of different search criteria you can use. This is just the one I'm using for this particular search. Well-kept property in a quiet area. Now, this tells me nothing. I can see it's a short sale, so maybe there is possibility. But let's say something, I'm in RealFacts, and it says, look, the value is 136, and it's for sale for 95. When I look at this well-kept, could it be? Could it not be? I don't know, but just make the offer, man. You got nothing to lose. Worst case, I talked to Betty Paul, and she says, hey, dude, this is not distress. What the hell are you doing? Submit this. I say, hey, Betty, I'm sorry. I was just looking at my program. It looked like there might have been some equity built in. Look, I'm an investor. This one doesn't work. What else you got for me? Boom. That's simple, right? So I'm going to go ahead and submit this offer. So another thing that I do is I look for, at this point, I'm familiar with some of the, there are hundreds of listing agents, but I don't want my offers to come off as spam. So if I see the same name and there's a way when we get to follow up, you can sort by the listing agent. I'm not going to send a listing agent the exact same email with the exact same offer, exact same terms on the same day. And there's a way I can break it up so it doesn't look like spammy. You can even schedule your offers and stuff like that within this program, which is cool. 460. Okay, one more. I think I said that last time, but whatever. Pompano Beach. This is good. This is again where you gotta know your market. Pompano Beach 33060. Good place. I have buyers who want there. Pompano Beach 33064. Great place. Tons of buyers there. Pompano Beach 33069. Yeah, a lot of crackheads. Rough area. Some buyers will get some stuff there, but it's tough. You got to get it at a good discount. So it's just another thing that I tell people, do your market research. Do your market research in time. You don't even have to look at comps. You just know, look, if I get anything in this zip code for 100K, I got Gary, Alex, John, whoever who will buy it. Bang. You don't even need the comps. You just know. But again, that comes in time. So again, calling all investors, fix up and rent out. Bang. That's all I need to know. So Marina, we are going to make an offer on that. Bang. So guys, we're going to have to cut here. I do have to go get Jade. You won't know because I'm going to cut the video. I'll be right back and I'll show you how we make these offers. Okay, so apologies for the interruption there. We're back. So here's what I've got pulled up here. These are the properties we looked at. Remember, we were in results here. Now we're in the follow-up system. Now, the cool thing about RealFacts is every lead you have, every prospect, it follows for you. So if you send an email, if you send an offer, if you get a counter offer, if they email you back, if you make a phone call, etc., it follows it for you, and then you can schedule tasks. So there's a dashboard that'll show you what you have to do and everything. And again, you don't need it. You could do this stuff all by yourself, but I just like when stuff is easy and done for me. So here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to highlight all of these, and I'm actually going to leave this one out, Stanley Rosen, for I'm actually in touch with him on another property that we're working on from yesterday, so I just want to hold off on that for a sec. Okay, but here's something that they don't teach in RealFacts that, I mean, if you want to get your offers accepted and make this work, this is gold. This is money. So check this out here. I'm going to highlight everything. Okay, so the next thing we want to do here is come up with the offer. So again, we have the list price here, and then it's going to be our offer price. Another thing cool in RealFacts is you can automatically calculate an offer. So I'm going to do, wow. Okay, sorry. Um, it's just one of the templates that I had there changed. Offer factor, we're going to say 80. Now, I know the wholesaling formula, 70% times ARV, but again, I'm in a very, very competitive market. If you start your offer at 70, 9 out of 10 times, probably not going to get accepted. The other thing too, oh my gosh, I'm hot. I'm sorry, keep the air off because it's a little bit loud and I don't want you guys to have that background sound. So, like sweating. But I start with 80 because remember, the most important thing is to get the offer accepted. Then you've got your inspection period to go ahead and try to get it down. I got a whole video on that, so go ahead and look for it. Maybe I'll post in the description or something. We'll round to 500, sure, get values, okay? So let's do that. And then you'll see here, it's going to give you the listing price, what you're asking, the offer. And this is what you get here. Now, here's where you just want to be a little bit smart, okay? So if I look at something like this, days on market, I see it's 0. So, you know, typically if something hasn't been in the market that long, you can't go like 60%. You're just not going to get accepted. So at about, let's see, they're asking 90. If I offer 70 day one, I can probably get that accepted. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll just go a little bit higher at 75. I think it's about right, right? And the next, again, this one's been on market 36 days. I'm asking for $30,000. Just make sure, again, some people, you guys are thinking about this stuff too much. I just want to make sure it's something. Yes, I got to get to a point where it makes sense for an investor. But that's, again, baby step this stuff. I'm not trying to get to the end point right now. The next step in the process is to get the contract accepted. We have time to negotiate. We have time to get offers. We have time to get a price reduction. This is the best way to get the offer. So, and then sometimes too, what I like to do is I can, if you hit this thing here, we can go back to our overview. And again, the additional link stuff I showed you earlier. And sometimes, for example, if a property, I'm probably going too much into this now. But if it's a short sale and it's not approved, then you can even go a little bit higher than that 80 because then you're not going to end up there anyway. I guess as I'm on a tangent, it's a whole different discussion. But for now, I'm just going to do this. And some of these offers, because I'm not looking at it as in depth, like I guess if I were by myself, I'd probably just see if the short sale was unapproved or approved. But I guess it's a good point because I can stress to you guys that really you can make an offer initially that doesn't even make much sense, and you might even get some kickback or, you know, some shit from the listing agent, but you can still kind of make it work. So let's just keep going. So 130, right? We're asking for like a $30,000 reduction. It's a little bit much. I'd be a little bit more comfortable going in at 110. Okay. Betty, her property's been on days on market for 170. So I feel a little bit more comfortable going low, and I'll go in at maybe 70. And again, it's without me doing any research or anything. Like, yes, there are times where something pops and I'm like, okay, let me find out everything I can about the property. I sit here with my legal pad. I jot down some notes. Is it short sales? Is it approved? Not approved? Blah, 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 blah. And actually, when they're short sales, there's actually a different template that I send because it will include the short sale addendum and all that stuff. But for the purpose of this video, guys, I'm just going to show you like, yeah, just throw it all out there and see what sticks. Okay, so Sarah, what do we want to do with Sarah? 26 days on market. See if I sent an offer at 140, that shit is getting rejected instantly. And I may never get a call or hear from this lady, or she might not take me seriously, whatever it is. So for this one, even if it were within 90 days, you got to be at least 150 to get it accepted. Now within 26 days, I want to keep it within at least 20 grand. So let me get the 160 mark. Okay, and then next thing is Dawn is at 200, but it's been on market for 182 days. So I'm going to go in at least, I don't know, let's say 170. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is just highlight these, boom, 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 and you just click this button here, send contracts. Now, I've got, as I said before, I've got all of my contracts. They're fully automated in the sense that I've created the template one time with all of the, the name, the trustee stuff, my proof of funds is in there, all that kind of stuff, and in actual terms. So the terms I write in, any kind of addenda, like I said, if it's a short sale, I have a different template. If it's a Fannie Mae property, I've got a template for that, all these different things. But in this case, I'm just going to send over the standard contract. And that's about it, right? So let's do that. I'm going to send by email. Like I said, this program automatically pulls the email in, which is pretty dope. I've got an email template worked up that says, hey, my name is Mike, blah, blah, blah. This is what I do. I'm a cash buyer. It automatically sends that, fills in all the information. And then all I have to do here is type in my initial deposit. So I'm going to go in 1,000. I'll do a 7-day inspection. Typically, I give them, let's see, today's the 1st. I give them it doesn't really matter, a couple days, beginning of next week, maybe Tuesday. And then the closing date, I do typically 30 days from today. So that's going to be let's do a Monday. Cool. And then from there, send email. And just like that, boom, it's processing. All your offers are going out. And it's really that simple. So that's pretty much it for sending the offers. Sorry, I'll do probably another video with the with some different types, short sales, Fannie Mae, this, that. But remember, this is only the first step in the process. Like everyone's trying to figure out, how do we do ARV and the formula to get the final price? It's like when you're doing this stuff on the volume offers, man, do all that stuff. This property might have been sold, MLS not always accurate. Might have been sold a week ago and not updated. So you just be wasting your time if you go too much in depth. Again, it's all baby steps. So it's not to get the final offer. Maybe I couldn't make a deal at some of these offer prices I sent out, but you got to show the seller you're serious. You got to present that thing. And you just got to start building that habit. So I think that's pretty much it, man. At this time, if you are interested in any mentoring of any sort, I'd invite you to check out the my mentoring program. I'm having some great success there. You can I'll put the URL up. You guys can check that out. It's good stuff, man. Like I'm not going to tell you, hey, you're going to be this millionaire overnight. I'm certainly not. I'm far from my financial goals, but the biggest thing I'm loving now is my freedom. I just got back from a week in South Beach. You want to know why? For no freaking reason. Like, I don't like burnout. Is every now and again I want to just take some time, and I can literally just shoot down to Miami and spend a day on the beach. I got a little sunburn going on right now, and it's cool. My mentor, I'm not on his level. He's got a 10-year lead on me, but most of the time he's on his boat. He does deals from his freaking yacht. We have our cell phones. I can keep in touch, make calls, agents, give my students the attention they need it. And this stuff obviously doesn't take long. I can work if I choose to during those times. It's March 1st right now. On March 17th, I'm going to be going to Grant Cardone's 10X Growth conference. It's going to be amazing. Grant's going to be there. Uncle G, with some world-renowned speakers. I mean, Les Brown is going to be there. Tim Grover, I just finished his book, actually. He's like Michael Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade. Obviously, see, I'm not a huge basketball dude. Dwayne Wade, all these big-name superstars. Coach, and he'll be there. So I've got that freedom. Come this summer, July, I'm just gonna take off to Vegas for a month. Jade stays with her mom for a month in the summer, so like, why not? So it affords you like this awesome free life. And if it's something you're interested in, I work with students locally and also in all 50 states. I've actually done deals with students outside of the states too. They've done deals here in Florida, but they live outside the states. So give it a look, check it out. I got a what do you call it, money back guarantee. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But if you are new to it, struggling, or just want to take your business to the next level, check me out, and hopefully we do some business together. Until the next video, which I'll follow up with some of this stuff, by the way, maybe go into more details. If you have questions, leave them here, so I can answer those for you. And if I need to do a follow-up video, I'll do that. But yeah, until then, please subscribe, and please check out the new website, which is wholesalingwithmike.com. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.